choose your weapons.
You'd be excused for thinking that we're in sunny Queensland today. Just look at this, it is absolutely beautiful. But we're actually in Patterson River. Now, Patterson River and the Patterson Lakes Estate area is 30 kilometres approximately from the CBD.
CBD.
About that, 30 k's down the old Bay Road, Beach Road, whatever you want to call it.
We better tell people Melbourne.
Of Melbourne, of course. Now, Lee, the last time I saw this many palms, I was at a fortune-telling convention. Can you tell our fortune, look in your crystal ball, are we going to catch a fish?
Look, I'm definitely confident that we're going to catch fish today. There is a lot of fish in this system. The hardest thing with this fishing is making the good casts and getting to the areas where the bream are. But the bream here, they're big. They don't grow big from being silly. But one thing that the old bream can't resist is the humble soft plastic lure, which has just gone from strength to strength in the last 2 years because bream just can't get enough of them.
If that doesn't work, I've got one that looks even better. It's called a bass yabby. Let's go nail them. Oh, that's beautiful. Come out and eat it.
I'll come out and have a look at it.
Oh, yes. Lee?
You criminal.
Lee?
You are a criminal.
I've got just, it's only little, but I've got a little confession to make. It's only very little. Look, Lee, look, it's amazing. What's happened? This guy has swallowed the soft plastic totally. Ow, you spiky little guy. Excuse me very much. Look at that. Look, Lee, it's amazing. He's actually swallowed the soft plastic. A circle hook has appeared, and there's a bit of bass yabby on the line. How could that have possibly happened?
You are a criminal, Paul.
I'm sorry for all the purists out there. I had to put a bass yabby on because as much as I love catching fish on soft plastics, and I love all these new techniques, and they do work, the fish are shut down today, and we are working very, very hard. And Lee, you've done a sensational job, but I've actually caught a fish, and if you go fishing, the idea is to catch fish.
Yeah, these things should be all...
Oh, these are hot, these fish. Here, I'll swap out. Now, Lee may be calling me a bit of a criminal, but the soft plastics just aren't working all that well. They're doing okay, and if you want to get out and actually want to go sports fishing like we are today, casting towards structure and actually targeting fish, you can do that with bait. Now you can fish a bait both passively and actively. Passive fishers, they go down with a nibble tip and a bass yabby, sandworm, they cast it out and they sit back and wait for the fish to come to them. If you're not quite at that stage where you're ready to chuck soft plastics and hard-bodied lures, why don't you try a bit of active bait fishing? Use the bait as though it was a lure, chuck it into the areas where the fish will be, and the results are just like this beautiful little bream here. It's coming up. Something's had to go there. I've seen some cormorants diving because that's a pretty fresh scar. I'm going to roll him on his belly. That is one fat, fat fish. Absolutely chockers,
Paul,
and that's why...
get your belly out of the sun. Oh, sorry.
That is why these fish aren't all that picky, and that's why we've had to go to bait today to catch them. I tell you what, did he hit that?
When they finally eat it.
Come on. Now I've got to watch his pole.
No, get him out. Just drag him out, Paul.
I'm fishing 4 kilo tippet, and I felt it rub against those oysters. But just
I'm going to grab the net. Don't let him go
away
back.
from that pole. That's a big bream. Oh,
That's
come on,
the sort of fish we came for.
How's the line he took off that? Come on.
Was that on one of those little rubber yabbies?
Yep, on the rubber yabby. Oh, Lee, that was worth. I tell you what, that was worth about an hour and a half of not catching a fish. It just took it and went whack. And the fish have shut down. Very little action for probably the last... Lee?
Just crashed into Malcolm's camera.
Lee? See that big box there on Malcolm's head? That's a camera. Oh, look at that.
That's a nice fish.
Look at that.
In top condition. It's got a stomach on it bigger than Paul's. And Paul had a little rubber yabby on there, but you can't even see it.
I'm just going to give that a quick pull.
Yeah.
There, it's out.
That is a beautiful fish.
What a corker. Now, Lee, how long do you reckon that fish is?
I would say he's about 35 and probably...
No, I didn't say how old is this fish.
35 centimetres and probably 800 or 900 grams.
And a fish of that size could seriously be 20 years old. So if you're out here sports fishing for bream, do what we're doing if you get the chance, let the fish go, because that action you just saw then is just sensational. And as I said, we're at Patterson Lakes, we're in the middle of suburbia, and this sort of fishing is available to us all. There's a guy called Stephen Duff who's running out a launching way at Carrum, and he's the man, isn't he?
He is, and I think if you do come to places like this, don't necessarily come here to get a feed of fish. You come to these places to catch fish, have fun and let them go, because there's a lot of fish here, but at the same time it's still only a small population that can't really go anywhere. You pull 50 fish out and you'll notice a difference in fish.
Well, Lee, may I please have this magnificent bream?
You may. Slip him back.
I tell you, look at that. That is just absolute excitement. Now we'll put this one back because it's time to go home. Look at that for a magnificent fish. Don't they look like a snapper? There you go, mate. And away you go. Come on, you'll have that little go. Oh!
Paul, you've done well. We caught them on the squidgies, you caught them on the bait, but I did make him go back to a plastic again, just for the sake of it, and that's what it took. It was a little rubber yabby like that. So they've eaten the squidgies, they've eaten the yabbies. What else can they eat?
They eat it all. Mate, I reckon if we get back to the car in time, we could put the Victory in and shoot out in the snapper. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's not a bad